Hello again, I'm Coyote Jack, and I'm I had this one on my radar, and well, let's do a recap of what's going on because we talked a lot about the ID verifications and the biometric verification in general to get yourself spied forever by the governments. And that's happening to the UK is obviously the most notorious example. The European Union is pushing for that shit. Some places that heavily controlled by far left fascists like Mexico is they are pushing ID verification with biometrics so the cartels can actually see who has money and kill them in gruesome ways along with their entire family. And well, we are seeing this in the US too. We have seen this a lot in the US, especially with states like California, Colorado. Now we heard Illinois, New York City is another one, and many others. And we talked that also it has been confirmed that you have the left and the right. So both, fucking both. And yes, they are pushing NGOs. So let's start with this post because we have four. So H1B Business reposted this one from Data Republic of Smalls R. Before even saying what H1 said, let's look at this. Had an amazing 2 days meeting with representatives from all over the world. I discussed foreign NGO situations with representatives from Estonia, Romania, France, Germany, Moldova, Croatia, and Georgia. Data Republican and NGO. Okay, I want to keep on topic. Let's continue. And many more countries. The takeaway: the NGO situation is identical all over the world. Everyone feels that people are truly in control of the country, and NGOs are imposing policies on them which nobody voted for. Data Interpret and I are following up with every single representative to make sure we get names of specific NGOs so we can make sure that zero federal dollars are going to them. And H1B said, I was right and I'm vindicated. The ID verification laws are being pushed by NGOs like the so-called quote-unquote American Principles Project. So this is an NGO appealing to right-wingers. And also we shared a post from Tribute Reviews calling their asses because they were pushing also with the state of Florida, one representative pushing biometric ID verification and censorship. Well, look at this. And the Heritage Foundation and several so-called quote-unquote right-wing NGOs. The GOP, including Representative Gutierrez and Representative Miller from IL, are captured. So snakes, backstabbers. Well, we see this shit a lot in politics, but let's jump to the next one because Marky Freedom was reposting those fuckers. Yeah, your evil brutes are just about as evil as the woke far left. Shut up forever. Yeah, virtue signalers, even from the right, we are seeing this. This is the American Principles Project, that NGO. Look at this shit. Amazing news. The Screen Act. Yes, the Screen Act, the same we covered the last year, along with a lot of the child safety online bill and all of the COPA, all of the similar shit, but being written in different ways. So if one gets denied, the other one can pass. So the Screen Act and the App Store Accountability Act, a new one, have advanced through the House Energy and Commerce Committee. We are one step closer to a federal age verification standard to protect children online. Yes, these fuckers never care for children. And remember, we have seen that in Roblox, you have US politicians having investment in that place, despite that it has been proven every single time how that place is just a buffet for PDF files. And of course, you have a community node here dunking on these retards. The bill forces mass data collections, ID biometrics, risking breaches, like we have seen how that happened in Okay, so look at this. Texas similar law was blocked on December 2025 as unconstitutional speech restriction. So Texas attempted to push the same shit. Net Choice won injunctions in Arizona, Ohio, LA, and 42 18 plus privacy experts, including MIT Rivers, urged a global pause in February 2026. Yeah, and it's this document on this link. Yes, it states like we are running in response to the worldwide initiatives to introduce edge assurance technologies to implement access control to internet service. So yes, dox yourself, erase the concept on anonymity. That's fucking dangerous. And yes, I know you probably hate when you have some fucking mouth breathing retard abusing anonymity on the internet. But guess what? If you say, oh, we want everyone to get dogs, we have seen how even people that are already overshared too much, just because one opinion or because they had certain tastes, even if it was not illegal. Like, for example, the most notorious example I keep using is anime waifus, the gacha waifus, the lollies, the cute and funny, or even the MILFs on the big busty big ass titty anime waifu. Yes, I'm saying those words because one, I enjoy that content, and second off, we have seen those same fucking readers I'm ranting about saying this cheese pizza, which is, you know, at this point we can figure out who needs to be locked down in an asylum, removing their right to vote, or a solution with less unless things get out of hand. Just saying, because we have seen how to readers that bitch about those topics, they end up being exposed and real life predators. But yeah, anonymity. Uh, we have seen how they use that to cancel people. We have seen how they even go as far like look at what happened to Chibi reviews. So these fuckers harass anyone as soon as they expose their face a little, and they are going to harass them to no end or even do stuff to their accounts. They think that's not it's finally going to stop. Nah, it's not. It never does. But that's not the solution because we have seen how people are getting arrested just by posting memes, like sharing valid criticism, or even expressing like religious posts coming out of Catholicism and Christianity. And coming also getting arrested for that in the UK. I have to mention that. So yeah, the government at any moment they are going to say even who disagrees with them, and it's going to be abused. They are going to falsify charges, and yes, that's going to happen eventually. I know it's a step by step, but that's the fucking issue in all of this. We share the concerns about the negative effects that exposure to harmful content online has on children, and we applaud the regulators that can time and effort to protect them. However, we fear that if implemented without careful consideration of the technological hazards and societal impact, the new regulation might cause more harm than good. It's intentional harm. And that's what these fucking NGOs are pushing. Even you have Madam here. You are your lying horse and enemies of the people. Yeah, it's not just the government of the internet to provide us to protect kids from online danger, most Americans say. I'm going to tell you this. Not only Americans say that, everyone on the rest of the world that has a functional brain have stated this. I'm never going to stop saying it, that parents should do proper parenting. They should be the ones looking out for their kids. No company, no government should be involved in protecting your kids. And yeah, if a kid is found in a horrible place on the internet, it's because parents' fault. If they were groomed by a PDF on Roblox, that's parents' fault for allowing their kids to run on a platform like that. But yeah, look at these fuckers like that. They're just trying to dismiss us. Look at this. Larry Rasmussen reports National Telephone and Online Surveillance. For instance, 59% of American adults think parents have the moral responsibility to protect children and teenagers from dangerous materials on the internet, while 21% consider companies that provide internet service to have the moral responsibility. It's funny, like, for 59%, thinks correctly that they have the most of the responsibility of protecting children. Their own children, obviously. Yes. And we can say that, yeah, the 21% of the other side, yeah, is fully retarded. Because at this point, I kept saying, social media should be for adults only. And you can fix a lot of problems. Well, look at this. Only 30% believe the government has the more responsibility for protecting young people from online dangers. They are fully retarded if they think like that. These findings are barely changing from a year ago. Yeah, nah, man. If that was the case, they are retarded, but nah. Everyone with a functioning brain can perceive that, oh yeah, you are just trying to find excuses to enslave everyone. This one, why do you hate the constitutions? And then some community notes here. Yeah, it's the same one we were reading. Um, Look at this. Anyone supporting this legislation will be removed. I don't care what party you are in. I don't care what good you have done in the past. And yes, and that's something I rant a lot about Tratcox because yeah, people have subscribed to me and they already heard me before. I really hate the left. I really hate it with every fiber of my being. I really do. And I'm going to keep doing that. And I hope that ideology gets exterminated once and for all. I pray for that day to see it coming and the remainers of their minions pushing on it get stomped. But I have to call out the right. Yes, like Marky Freedom stated that it's true. Yeah, you are being just as evil as the other side with these movements, with these fucking decisions. Yeah, and that is NGOs, man. So yeah, a center-right group sent a letter to Tonkon and Susan Codey requesting major increase in the next year funding for the FTC. The same FTC, they cannot even do proper regulation or proper anti-monopoly practices. Yeah, fuck those. Yeah, fuck the left and also fuck the right when they are turning into the same evil as them. Yeah, this won't be this not here. Do you think we are all stupid? You are trying to ram this through in quick succession so there is no time for the opposition to mobilize. You are trying to ram this through in the head of the night so it's too late by the time an opposition from the right is able to organize. Yeah, look at this. I'm missing news don't sound like bad news, you dummy. But yes, everyone is dunking it. Even look at this. Do not represent the people at all. You are a disgrace. But Tax Brown, you are fucking retarded. Well, I know this video is too long, but let's jump on the other topic that I want to show you because yeah, we are not over here. So we have found this shit, man. That those NGOs that are they have left-wing politicians and right-wingers too, pushing those fucking biometric IDs. Look at this post, man. So Sam Altman's pricing every one of own electronics, Jensen Huang and Jeff Bezos are salivating over making us rent compute, and Mark Zuckerberg is trying to legislate OS level surveillance. Are all the tech bros in a competition to see who can of this top picture, they are James Bond's billions now. We have stated I fucking Nvidia for what they have done. Look at this. You're never going to believe which company is behind the age verification laws. So you have this post on Reddit, okay? And H1B does not say it's time to hold big tech accountable. Pass data breach legislation, that will be a tomahawk missile shot right into their business model. Yeah, privacy legislation. Let's see. So, this is the subreddit of Linux. I traced 2 billion in non-profit grants and 45 states of lobbying records to figure out who's behind the age verification bills. The answer involves a company that profits from your data, writing dApps that collect more of it. So, let's see. So edit new update, new post and research at this. So website tboaproject.com repository. So I've been pulling public records on the way of age verification bills moving through the U.S. legislatures, IRS 900 felons, Senate lobbying disclosures, and state ethics databases, campaign finance records, corporate registries, who is lookups. Well, is a website where you can see the owners of certain domains. So, Wayback Machine Archives, what started as a curiosity about who was pushing these bills turned into documented and a coordinated influence operation that, from a privacy standpoint, is building surveillance infrastructure at the operating system level while the company behind it faces zero new requirements for its own platforms. Oh, why that could be? Probably because they already have something like that put in place. Could be. Let's find out. I want to be clear about this and isn't. Honest about what this is and isn't. I'm not the author of the early Linux post. Yeah, let's skip that. What the bills actually require you to hand over. More reporting of these bills says something vague like 8 checks and device setup. The statutory language is more specific and more invasive than that. California AB 1043, signed in October 2025 and effective in January 1st of the next year, defines operating system provider under section 1798.500G as a person or entity that develops, licenses, or controls the operating system software on a computer, mobile device, or any other general purpose computing device. Every OS provider must then provide in an interface an account setup collecting a birth date or age, and expose a real-time API that broadcasts the user age bracket under 13 to 15, 16 to 18, and 18 plus to any application running in the system. So yes, dox yourself. You have to be in an eternal DRM to for the, so the government can see you are connected at all times. And yeah, fucking Brazil pushing this too. And they are going extra aggressive on it. So read that again. Every app on your device gets to query a system level API that returns your edge bracket in real time. This is an edge verification at the point of accessing restricted content. This is a persistent broadcasting service baked into operating system itself, queryable by every installed application. So it's DRM. And in order to get past through that DRM in a legal way is to dox yourself. So Colorado SB 26 passed Senate and now in the House copies the same definitions in the same order, same penalty structure, $2,500 per child for negligent violations, or $7,500 for intentional ones. Same sections, the template is ICMAC, Digital Age Assurance Act, and it's been introduced or is pending in Illinois, three separate bills. So you have now New York, and now you have Kansas. Now you have South Carolina, and we mentioned Ohio too, Georgia, Florida, and that's the one that should be reviewed what's calling out. And the federal level. Yeah, state government and federal government in the US, and Florida is a right wing state. Keep that in mind. Those fuckers, they're colluding themselves because yeah, it serves purpose. You know, they want to spy on everyone's citizens and see any sort of criticism. And those fuckers think that they are not going to be replaced. But when the next one in charge, that could be like your average North Korean leader, is going to abuse those tools. That's why this is the most talking point, being called the slippery slope. So continue on. New York SB, yeah, goes further. It requires the bike manufacturers to perform quote-unquote commercially reasonable and technically feasible age assurance. So always have that fingerprint biometric verification. But hell, man, probably there's going to be a case when they demand you to have biometrics, and it's using your own blood, so you have to coach yourself a little into the device and offer it blood. That will be fucking insane. You know what? I should just not give ideas. Let's continue with this. I don't want to give them any more ideas. So, device activation and explicitly bans self-reporting. The age, the AG picks the approved methods, that means biometric age estimations or government ID verification before you can use a device you purchased. Exceptions is in all of these bills cover broadband ISPs, telecom services, and physical products. So biometric in order to use the internet. Yeah, fucking New York, man. And yeah, considering that they elected a Muslim, which is big irony, if you know, something that comes with three numbers, starts with a 9, and ends in an 11. Just fucking saying. None contain any exception for the or open source software, non-commercial projects, or privacy-preserving verification methods. Yes, they want to destroy open source or open software, non-commercial projects, because those ones are the alternatives to the corporate side. That's why they are also attacking them. Yeah, I hope those fuckers get stopped at one point. I hope the US can do that. But let's see. The privacy architecture these bills create. Here's what concerns me most for a privacy perspective. These bills don't just verify age at once, they create a persistent identity layer inside the operating system that applications can query at will. Yes, all of your fucking interactions being spied. The commercial age verification vendors who will provide this infrastructure, Jyoti Verify, Journey, charge 0.10 cents to $2 per check, requires proprietary SDKs, demand API keys tied to a commercial account, and operate cloud only with no self-hosted option. Ah, yes, cloud-based. And it's funny how with NVIDIA, all of these PC manufacturers like HP and others pushing cloud-based PCs. And with the AI bubble, yeah, it's all the fucking pieces from the puzzle and falling in their own. And they're connecting themselves. So, look at this. Your age verification data goes to a third-party cloud service every time, and the identity theft is fucking buffet for them. Compare this to what the EU built. The EU Digital Identity Wallet under LDAS 2.0 is open source, self-hostable, and uses zero-knowledge proofs. You can prove you are over 18 without revealing your birth date, your name, or anything else. No per check fees, no proprietary SDKs, no data going to a vendor's cloud. The EU Digital Act put age verification obligations on very large online platforms, 45 plus million monthly users, not on operating systems. False projects that don't act as intermediary services are explicitly outside scope. Micro and small enterprises get additional exceptions. The US bill assumes every operating system is built by a corporation with infrastructure and a revenue. To absorb these costs, the US started from the opposite assumption and built accordingly. Yeah, like we talked that Linux, yeah, they are region blocking those places. So some distributions that are bending over, they are going to face natural selection. But the other ones, the other options out there, they are telling those states in the US to go fuck themselves. They are region blocking them from accessing to their websites. So yeah, I'm complying with the law. I'm not putting ID verification shit. But yeah, I'm not distributing that. I'm not giving access to you. Go fuck yourself. That's how it is handled. But yeah, these bills want to destroy everything. Only be the corporates from the monopoly that dick suck each other like the human centipede to perpetuate this eternal vigilance, the Eye of Sauron. So yeah, we are at the part that probably you are most interested here. Who brought the legislation? This is where it gets interesting. Representative Kim Carver, our boss here city, the sponsor of Louisiana HB 570, publicly confirmed that a Meta lobbyist, here you have it, like those runs, it was fucking Meta, brought the legislative language directly to her. The bill as drafted required only app stores, app, Apple, Google, to verify user ages. It did not require social media platforms to do anything. Yes. Why would while social media platform will require to push it when one, they already have a lot of data. Second off, if they go full nuclear and require it at Apple or Google, yeah, they can get away with a lot of shit. They can get away with a lot of illegal activities, illegality in general, man. Selling your data, harvesting your data, allowing PDFs to grown kids, and honestly, you should stop letting your kids on social media if you have them. Yeah, they want this shit. It serves them too well because they can get away with a lot of shit and avoid future lawsuits. And also, if this fucking company also promotes technology with biometrics, it serves its purpose. They want to be the first ones on top. So Meta deployed 12 lobbies across 9 confirmed firms for this single bill, paying at least almost $325,000, described as a very conservative estimate. The confirmed firms include Pelican, State Partners, who also lobby for Roblox. Ah man, yeah, the Roblox. So letting Meta frame this is a quote-unquote broad industry support, rather than one company's project. Adam and Reese LLP, the first one-rank Louisiana government affairs firm, and State Capital Solutions. Nicole Lopez, Meta's Director of Global Litigation Strategy for Youth, testified at the House Commerce Committee in support. She also testified in South Dakota for a similar bill. She is Meta's national point person for these laws. Oh well. HB 570 passed unanimously at every stage. House 990, Senate 39 to 0. So why did Meta need 12 lobbyists? Because the votes were never the concern. The lobbyists were there to control the text and block amendments. The key amendment battle came from Senator Jay Morris, who expanded the bill to include app developers alongside app stores after Google's senior director of government affairs publicly questioned why Mark Zuckerberg is so keen on passing these bills. When Morris introduced his amendment, Meta went silent. The conference committee compromised maintaining dual responsibility but kept the primary burden on app stores, which is what Meta wanted from the start. Yeah, part of the hazard of, well, the all the chore, all of these biometrics, you can do it from the app store. Yeah, it's all coordinated, all of it. At the same Senate hearing, Morris directly questioned DCA Executive Director Casey Stefanski about who funds her organization. She reportedly defected, said she, quote unquote, wasn't comfortable answering. Oh, you never get comfortable answering when you got caught red-handed, you fucking whore. Oh, man. Yes. All of these fucking bitches in the government. Let's continue. Then, under continued pressure, admitted tech companies provide funding but refuse to name them. The advocacy group that doesn't legally exist, the Digital Childhood Alliance, presents itself as a coalition of 50 plus conservative child safety organizations. Yeah, all of those can go fuck themselves. They didn't do nothing when the left was grooming kids, and now they want to do that by enslaving all. Fuck them. Find right wingers to do this shit. I can agree with most of their politics, but now with this shit, they can go fuck themselves. Let's continue. They're inflated to 140 plus, though only 6 have ever been publicly named. It has been testifying in favor of this bill across states. Here is what public records show about its legal status. So, a section of all 4 regional extracts of the IRS exempt organization businesses master file EO first through EO fourth.csb, which cover every tax exempt organization registered in the US. DCA is not there, no ain't exists for this organization. So I also searched for incorporation or records in Colorado, DC, Delaware, and Virginia, plus open corporates, 200 plus companies, ProPublica, Nonprofit Explorer, GuideStar, and Charity Navigator. No incorporation record exists in any of them. So yeah, it goes where the CS domain was registered 2024 in GoDaddy with privacy protection and 4G refrigeration. So they were planning this, man. All of this shit. So look at this. Dark money network here. Meta's Colorado lobbying runs through the headwater strategies, paid $338,000 since 2019, with monthly payments jumping probably 5K a month to 14K to 30K a month starting July 2023. Is a state level edge verification bills accelerated. Yeah, they were preparing the bribing. So yeah, and look at this, just to show you. Because yeah, I know that was too long text, but let's focus on Meta just to end this. So yeah, Seiko Kurishita-san reposted this. This investigative document alleges that Meta is engaging in massive lobbying efforts to ensure that the recent tightening of age verification measures does not burden its own company. Based on publicly available information, it's well worth reading. What's lie behind the slogan, "To protect the children," should be revealed. So yes, Paranation, give a full summary here. Meta spent a record of $26.3 million lobbying in 2025 and quietly funded a group called the Digital Childhood Alliance to push age verification laws. The real target appears to be the App Store Accountability Act and similar bills. These laws will require Apple and Google to verify ages before anyone can download any app from the stores. That means every game, banking app, fitness tracker, and productivity tool will face new checks and costs social media apps from Meta will be exempt. The result is a huge compliance burden shifted onto app stores, while Meta avoids the same rules. Public records show heavy lobbying, fast created advocacy groups, and funding ties that raise questions about who is really behind the child safety push. Oh man. So, yes, all the fucking money. Look at these fuckers. Texas, Utah, Louisiana, Child Safety, New Venture Fund, Direct Lobbying, Pelican State, LA. Yeah, this shit, man. Now we know who is behind of, well, pushing this at fast speed. They were preparing for it. Yeah, all of these fucking big tech corpus needs to bend over. But well, let's see. We are going to see that. But let's call it a day. And yeah, this one went too long. I appreciate you too much for watching. Uh, Take care.